sternocleidomastoid. So, hello. Hello.
Maybe so.
Sternocleidomastoid. Okay, so it now divides the neck into posterior triangle and anterior triangle of the neck. Back, we have a sternocleidomastoid. We have one muscle here. You can see this one. So this is the inferior belly of the omohyoid muscle. Inferior belly of the omohyoid. And then other muscles which are more clear, nasa other side. Right. So these are the muscles there. You have your scalenus muscle. So the one that is found anteriorly, you have the anterior scalenus or scalenus anterior. And the other one is the medial. So you have your medial scalene or scalenus medius. Then posteriorly, you have the posterior scalene or scalenus posterior. Okay, so you have anterior scalene, medial scalene, as well as your posterior scalene. Okay. Here. Going to move this first. Okay, so I'm going to remove this one. When you remove there. As well as going to remove this one. Okay, let's start discussing this first. Alright. So we have here your hyoid bone. So this is the body, the lesser cornu and the greater cornu. Okay, you have the muscles there. Okay, we're going to analyze from the sternum towards the hyoid bone. So you have your sternohyoid muscle. Here. Then this one was still your sternohyoid. Another muscle here from the sternum towards the thyroid cartilage. The Canisian blue, you have your thyroid cartilage. So we call this muscle na your sternothyroid muscle. Okay. Next, you have here another muscle here which connected supposed this one. Ana na siya. Connected na siya here. So that would now be your superior belly of the omohyoid muscle. Superior belly of the omohyoid muscle. Okay, next, you have a small muscle here. Yan siya, same as with this one. From the thyroid cartilage to the hyoid bone. So you have your thyrohyoid muscle. Thyrohyoid muscle. Ano? Okay, then behind here, you have the esophagus. Then expect that this portion here is the level sa imong larynx and that is behind sa larynx. So we call this portion na as your laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx. And you have this muscle, one of the muscles from that only can be seen here sa kaninga model. You have this inferior constrictor muscle of the pharynx. Inferior constrictor muscle of the pharynx. Okay. And here, so as we mentioned, you have your laryngopharynx. This one, you have the you have the larynx here in a region. So this one would be your epiglottis. Your epiglottis. Then this blue one would be your thyroid cartilage. Your thyroid cartilage. Below, you have the cricoid cartilage. Thyroid cartilage, then cricoid cartilage. Cricoid cartilage, this one. Okay, then still at the level of your neck, you have these two glands. We call this gland as your thyroid gland. You have your thyroid gland here. Suppose this would be your isthmus, connected by your isthmus. Okay, clear? Any questions so far? Then let's proceed now to the muscles of the face. Okay, so here you have your frontal belly of the occipitofrontalis muscle. Frontal belly of the occipitofrontalis. And this muscle that surrounds the eyes, you have your orbicularis oculi. Orbicularis oculi. Then here at the bridge and the nose, you have your compressor naris or compressor nasi. Compressor naris or compressor nasi. Then here you have a muscle from the nose towards the upper lip. You have now your levator labii superioris aliquinasi. Levator labii superioris aliquinasi. And lateral to that muscle, kanisha, above the lips, so you have your levator labii superioris. Levator labii superioris. And lateral to that muscle that goes towards your zygomatic bone, so you have your zygomaticus minor. This is medial to this muscle. Again, we call that muscle towards the zygomatic bone, so you have your zygomaticus major. So minor and major. There. Okay, so you have your muscles that surrounds the mouth. You have your orbicularis oris. Then I forgot to mention this one. Kanila yung sa muscle side. So this muscle that attached to the angle of the mouth. So you have your levator. Levator anguli oris. Levator anguli oris. And then below, sa angle sa mouth, kay below mo siya. And it depresses the angle. So you have your depressor anguli oris. Depressor anguli oris. Okay, shut it out. Smile. Joke. Ano siya ha? So you have depressor anguli oris. Here. Okay, next this one, you have your depressor labii inferioris. Depressor labii inferioris. Medial to the angularis oris. Then further medial, you have here your mentalis muscle. Your mentalis muscle. Okay, here. Any questions so far? Okay, next. You have here a muscle from the angle of the mouth going horizontally. So we call this muscle na rhizorius. Rhizorius muscle. And underneath the rhizorius, you now have the buccinator. You have the buccinator. Here. Buccinator. Okay. Then at the angle of the mandible, you have this muscle. So this is your masseter. So that will be your masseter. Okay, on this side here, at the level of the ear, you have your auricularis muscle. So superiorly, you have your superior auricularis. Anteriorly, you have your anterior auricularis. Posteriorly, you have your posterior auricularis. So anterior auricularis, superior and posterior auricularis.